Let's see how we can customize our plot. For customizing the plot, there are different ways we can almost customize anything in our ggplot function. I'm going to start with talking about how we can customize the axis names and the main title. For doing that, we have to add another layer, and in in the new layer we have to identify the x, y axis title, x axis title, and the main title. I'm going to come back here shortly, but let me generate the box plot we just worked with. And if you can remember, that box plot was from the diamonds data set. We were exploring the price variable in the x-axis, and we also used the cut for the y, and we give them different colors based on their cut. If I run the code, okay, so this is the price, this is the by default it's cut, and this is my my box plot. Let's say I'm not happy with this price in the x-axis, so I don't like this and I want to change it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new layer, and I'm gonna call that layer actually I'm not gonna call it anything. The name of the layer is labs. So I can say in this I want to change the price to x equals to, I want to change the price to diamonds price, right? I run the code. Yeah, you see it changed. And let's say I want to make the D capital. I can do that and run the code again. Let me scroll down. Yeah, I'm doing good. Maybe I want to change the cut. So for changing the cut, I can say y equals to diamond cut, maybe diamonds cut. Let me run the code. You see it changed. I also want to have a title. I don't have a title. I can add a title, and let's let me write the title, and my title should be it can be something like the price of diamonds versus their cut. Let me run this, and you're gonna see a title will appear to kind of more clarify the graph. Okay, let me come back to this code and explore different layers one more time. In the first layer for the P, I had the ggplot function. I said I have to work with the diamonds data set, price for the x-axis, and so on. After that, I'm adding a layer. I'm saying the geometry should be a box plot. I'm adding another layer. As you know, after every plus sign, we have a new layer. This is another layer, and I identify different x and y axis. And as you can see, the code is pretty long. And maybe we don't like this. For fixing this problem, what we can do is I'm going to transfer the layer of the labs into a new line, and I can allocate these two to a new name. I can call them, let's say, P1. This is the allocation sign. So I'm going to allocate this jump box plot. I'm going to allocate this box plot with this box plot to the object P1. And after that, I can say add another layer for changing the x-axis, y-axis, and the title to P1. So this is the result. The result is almost the same. So you see, I'm giving different names to different layers in different stages just to make the code a bit more readable. I feel there is more order in my code when I do this. Or there is another method which is a cool method. We can explore that method too. Let's do this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allocate this data and aesthetics to an object which is called p1, right? Then I'm gonna allocate, let me get rid of this p from here. I'm gonna allocate this geom-box plot to an object which is called p2. And finally, I'm gonna allocate the layer in which I change the x and y axis name, and I include a new title to another object which is called p3. You see, there is a common, or it's better to say there is a more clear flow in different lines. Where I read this, I see this is the p1, the data is with this, the type of the geometry, and how I'm going to change the axis names. And below that I can write p1 plus p2 plus p3, and I can run the code. The result of the code is the same, but if you're asking me, I believe this is much more readable. So in case I don't want to have this extra layer, what can I do is just delete it and run the code again, and you see I don't have that layer. That layer was about changing the x-axis and y-axis name, but you see these are the initial axis names.